I don't know if you saw this yet.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the new score bug on any of the games?
Score bug?
The graphic for scoring.
Oh yeah, where it takes away the poop.
Yeah, the poop.
I'm really sad about that.
We hadn't talked about it yet, and that was what I was going to try and bring to the table here. So I guess I don't have a cold open anymore.
Yeah, no poop game.
No poop game.
Do you want me to pretend like I haven't heard it?
No, what is it? You're listening to 101 The Goob.
Well, we made it to the big leagues.
We just got called up from AAA. We just did.
This episode is sponsored by Big League Chew.
No, it's not. But this is 101 The Goob. The original idea was more of a radio talk show that eventually devolved into us filming a rather chill intro that now we just we like to set up on local ballparks or rundown ballparks, I guess. We'll give you a shot of the mound here. It's electric. I mean, we're talking about probably some of the best real estate we could possibly ask for right now. This will probably be our home stadium.
Yeah. This is our home ballpark.
This is our home ballpark. Yeah.
This is where we go for home games.
Yeah, for home games, we'll be here. We'll have some away games. We want to get to some cool different areas and whatnot, just different local ballparks and non-local ballparks, depending on where we go and what we do and whatnot. I'm Bailey. I am a lifetime Philadelphia Phillies fan. Been following since it's about 5 years old. Yeah, I'm really excited to talk some ball, hang out with my best friend Matthew here, and just have a good time. We're going to try and do this weekly. We'll do our best. And yeah, I'm super, super excited. How you feeling, Matthew?
I'm good. I have been following the Phillies for 2 years. Big lifelong fan. I grew up hating baseball. I want you to keep that in.
Okay.
Grew up hating baseball. But ever since Bailey, I don't know if I'm allowed to name drop.
I don't know. You might have just doxed them a little bit.
Might have
I don't
just
know if
doxed
they want to know. I don't know if they.
That's
I
fair.
don't know if they want it public that we're dating them.
Cut.
We'll redact that. We'll totally beat that.
With a few people. Went with a few people to a Phillies game, and I loved it. It was electric. And ever since then I've just been following them. Yeah. So I like the Phillies. I'm not a big stats guy. Like you won't see me running into the weeds with a bunch of players and following their like trajectories and exponentials.
Exponentials. What are those?
Statistics. I just like watching. I'm here for the ride. I just like the Phillies. I like the Phillies sports scene, and
yeah, absolutely. You're joining in on a really great time, and not that you're joining in now, just that you joined in during probably one of the most dominant runs that the Phillies have ever been on in franchise history. I mean, we were looking probably
bandwagon.
You're a little bit of a bandwagon,
quite frankly.
You're kind of a piece of shit. But yeah, no, we're gonna try and come at you semi-regularly, and we don't want to talk too much about what we're gonna do. We'd rather just do it, I guess. Yeah, I'm super, super excited for what we're bringing to the table.
That's a thumbnail.
Yeah, so I did bring a little bit of some organization to the show here to lead us off. But first, what have you been up to, Matthew?
You know.
I don't know.
Working. Been looking for a new apartment.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, other than that, just kind of getting ready for summer. I'm ready for baseball season to start back up. For those who don't know, I'm also a big soccer fan, so watching
There you go.
Liverpool, Celtic, and Union Berlin in the Bundesliga. Been watching them a good bit this season, and yeah, just kind of taking every day as it comes, doing my thing.
Nice man. I trying to think of what I've been up to recently. A lot of work, yeah, absolutely. But other than that, I have the cutest cat in the world. Is how we'll put a picture of her up right now, and you guys are gonna be like, "What the heck?"
And this is my cat.
He's cute. He's awesome.
Sorry,
Maverick's really cool. No, it's okay. It was my turn. But yeah, we're working on leash training my cat. Her name is Junimo, and well, you'll get updates. It's all I talk about outside of baseball for the most part. Me and my dear friend Matthew here, we play a lot of video games together, and whenever we're playing video games, I'm usually just talking about my cat.
Junie's constantly in frame.
Junie's constantly in frame. Maybe she'll make an episode or two. We'll get the leash out.
That'd be tough.
Yeah, she'll hop around and whatnot. I'm just ready for baseball season. I was telling Matthew before we started up here that this is probably the most I've ever gotten into the weeds. He said that he doesn't get into the weeds. This is probably the most I've ever gotten into the weeds when it comes to baseball. Coming to into a baseball season. I really have been trying to stay on top of things as much as I can. I mean, from things like, these are major stories, don't get me wrong, but things like the kick change becoming super popular. Have you heard anything about the kick change yet?
Nope.
No? Okay. So the kick change is a specific kind of change-up that is new this year. It's been thrown around before. The term kick change got coined this year, as far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is instead of the normal change-up grip, people are lining their finger on the seam in like an almost like they're sticking their fingernail into the,
like a knuckleball.
Almost like a knuckleball in the sense. But what it's doing is knocking the ball off its axis, and so they can throw a changeup at its normal velocity, but it adds about another 7 inches of vertical break. Oh. So there's this guy Andres Munoz right now on the Mariners who is throwing a kick change at 91 miles per hour. It looks like a wiffle ball. Jeez. It looks like a wiffle ball coming out of his hand.
That's
wild. It goes straight and then it drops 11 inches. That's unhittable. Crazy. It's unhittable.
That's like me trying to hit a 12-6 curveball in MLB The Show.
On Rookie.
I can't hit a 12-6 curveball to save my life because I think it's a fastball every time.
Well, speaking of that, new MLB The Show came out today as of recording, which is, we just dated it, I guess.
And we're sponsored.
We're not sponsored.
Download MLB The Show, use our code, the Goob, and you'll get free Matthew and Bailey skins.
That would be Dude! I forgot.
What?
I was supposed to log into Fortnite yesterday and get my Shohei Ohtani skin.
You can't get it now?
I'd assume it's probably in the shop for a week at least.
Oh, like it goes out of the shop?
Eventually.
You got to do that.
I got to get my Shohei Ohtani skin. I forgot.
We're big fans of Shohei Ohtani.
We are big fans of Shohei Ohtani.
We're big fans of baseball.
Big fans of baseball. And I think if you are a fan of baseball, you should be a fan of what Shohei Ohtani is doing, because that man is the greatest player of all time, probably. I don't think there's much of an argument elsewhere.
If he threw me a fastball down the center, I could probably hit it.
I don't think you could.
If he threw me a fastball at like 50 miles per hour, I could probably hit
Yeah,
it.
if that's a great point. If Randy Johnson in his prime threw me a fastball 50 miles per hour straight down the middle, I bet I could tank that thing. At least out of the infield.
I could probably hit it out of the park. No batting gloves. No padding. I'm just there. No helmet.
No helmet?
I don't care if he throws a 90 mile per hour fastball.
But it's 50. We know it's 50.
But I could hit it 50.
You could hit it 50. Yeah, but I was gonna get a little bit of who's in, who's out from this past offseason. What are your thoughts on that?
I love it.
You love it? How much?
I'm a little sad on some of the people who are out, but
do you think we should lead off with who left, or do you think we should lead off with who's coming in?
Let's start with positives.
So you want to start with the good news and end with the bad news,
yeah.
I guess? So there's some good news in the people who left.
That's true.
There's some very good news. So I think we'll wrap that up.
Bye, Austin Hayes.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, sorry. I would like this clear as a podcast. We say, bye, Austin Hayes.
Bye, Austin Hayes. You can't use our code for MLB The Show.
You cannot use our code for MLB The Show, Austin Hayes. You're never allowed to use. Oh, we didn't come up with a Goober of the Week. we need to rack our brains right now for a goober of the week. I mean, I'm down to give it to Andres Munoz right now.
Let's give it to him. He's throwing a crazy thing.
He's throwing a kick change right now, and watch this. It's playing on the screen right now.
Wow.
Whoa. Right? That's crazy.
That's fast. Oh, Nice throwing.
Nice kick change, big guy. Why don't you kick? Never mind. All right. So, who I've got here? I've got us leading off with our possibly new closer, Jordan Romano, two-time All-Star in 22 and 23. He had an injury-riddled 2024, which had quite the negative impact on his statistics, his career statistics. But if you do look from 2020 to 23, you've got a really, really solid pitcher here. In 2022, he went 64 innings with a 2.11 ERA and a 1.016 WHIP. Matthew, are you familiar with WHIP?
Whipped cream?
Yeah, whipped cream. WHIP is walks and hits per innings pitched.
Okay.
And the lower the number, the better. A 1.016 is outstanding.
Okay. What's bad? Like, when's it start getting bad?
That's a hard line to draw, I guess. Definitely, 3 is concerning. No,
like, I would throw a 3.
You would throw more than a 3.
I could probably strike out Shohei.
You could probably strike out Shohei.
If I was throwing 99 miles per hour heaters, I could probably strike out Shohei.
Eventually. How many hits does he get in that? If you're throwing 99, do you know any other pitches?
Yeah.
What other pitch?
Curveball.
12-6.
Shohei cannot hit those.
You've seen it.
Possible.
You've seen it first.
As Shohei. He cannot hit those.
But yeah, Jordan Romano, I mean, he's exciting. Really, really bad year last year. I think we went with a total of 15 outings. 13 and 2/3 innings pitched, to a 6.59 ERA. Definitely not what you like to see and not what we're hopeful for. But again, injuries are injuries, and the modern thought process behind relievers is rather than relievers being guys, you kind of just have years. That's kind of been the modern MLB approach. We'll get into what signing Jordan Romano ended up doing for the rest of our bullpen and some of the pieces we ended up seeing leave. Yeah, I'm excited for Jordan Romano. What are did you have any idea who Jordan Romano was before he signed with the Phillies?
No clue. I'll be honest. I didn't know we were getting him till right now.
Oh,
that's exciting.
Yeah, he was the best. He was one of the best closers in baseball for 2 years.
That's a win.
Yeah, he was up in Toronto.
That's a win.
Yeah, playing for the Blue Jays. Yeah, I mean, good stuff. I'm not familiar with his pitch mix, which that's on me. I apologize. I do have some other pitch mixes listed in here for some of our other guys that maybe I'm a little bit more excited for. I kind of went in order of excitement for these 3 new names that we've got here. Because up next we've got Max Kepler. You're pretty excited for Max Kepler, correct?
Yeah, Max Kepler. I don't know. I'm excited for just like new people on the field that you're gonna see like every day.
Yeah.
Like that's just like you're gonna kind of see them be brought into like the family. You know, it's like just kind of see them really embrace Philly and just I don't know. It's really cool seeing that. And unfortunately, like in the time that I've been watching, I haven't really seen that.
Exactly.
But like from what I hear is like when Bryce came on, like seeing him really.
Well, so I was gonna get into that actually. I think that I don't know if we would have this same level of excitement if Bryce Harper never did come. And not because like, oh, we wouldn't be good, but because Bryce Harper changed the way players come to Philadelphia in a way, at least what it feels like to me, where he just really showed what happens if you embrace this city. And since then, we've seen countless free agents in different sports come over and just love the city.
Yeah.
And the city loves him back. It's that easy, and it's really, really awesome. What Bryce Harper has done for Philadelphia sports. I will get into that in this podcast many times. I am sure of it, but I don't take what Bryce Harper has done lightly for the city at all. He has done amazing, amazing things, and like you said, seeing someone else get brought into this, it's so exciting. I want to see how Max Kepler interacts with Bryce. I want to see how he interacts with Stott and Marsh and Bohm and all the energy. I mean, imagine I can't wait for when Brandon and Bryson dunk water on him for the first time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like the stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's simple stuff that with a new face we get to experience.
Yeah. And we didn't get that with Austin Hayes.
We hate you, Austin Hayes.
Yeah. You're not invited.
Not invited.
Max Kepler, you can come on the podcast.
You can come. Yeah, Max Kepler can come on the podcast. That's a great point. Austin Hayes, you're not welcome on the podcast.
Yeah.
Career 102 OPS plus hitter. Are you familiar with plus stats and how they work?
Nope.
Okay. So OPS, on base percentage plus slugging percentage. OPS, not OBS.
On pace percentage.
On base percentage plus slugging
Is
percentage.
when you hit it. Like
slugging is it's a number that shows you the average amount of bases that you get per at bat.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, rather than
like how much you slug it.
how much you're slugging. Exactly. It's the percent at which you're getting more out of your hits.
Yeah.
I might cut that whole part because I don't want to look like a total idiot.
No, that's fine.
Thanks,
Bailey. That was really informative.
I'll throw it like a voiceover in. Slugging.
You're just reading off the wiki.
He has a below average strikeout percentage in his career. He has an 18% strikeout percentage, which is much needed in this team. I know everyone says this. The strikeouts are a problem. I know modern day baseball doesn't necessarily punish you for strikeouts as much, but especially with Kyle Schwarber moving back in the lineup, we just need people on base more often. We need, when these home runs are happening, which they are happening at the same rate they have been the entire time, we need runners on base for it, because all these solo shots are driving me nuts.
Yeah.
It feels like Rhys Hoskins, but the whole team.
Yeah.
That
was the, like, especially in the postseason, that was really what was, like, driving me nuts. I was like, where is it?
Yeah, you need the old school ball sometimes, unfortunately. I love the home runs. I love what the Phillies have built.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it unfortunately has translated in some really, really frustrating ends to seasons that I would feel better if we could go out of a series being like, we were close. You know what I mean? Like, we really put the pressure on them.
Mm-hmm.
We did not put the pressure on the Mets. We took Arizona to 7 games, but those last 4 games, it didn't feel like we pressured them at all.
No.
I mean, we won a couple of those games. Don't get me wrong, but it never felt good against Arizona. And 22 team, I love you. I love 2022 Philadelphia Phillies. I'm sorry that the Astros were so good. That one, I did feel like we put up our best fight there. Yeah. Chase rate of 30%. Chase rate is just the amount that you're swinging at balls outside of the zone.
Oh, okay.
You're chasing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I did put the MLB average at 27%, so he does chase slightly above the MLB average.
Okay.
But I wanted to put it in reference to someone that we have a lot of frustrations with when it comes to chasing. No offense to Nick Castellanos. Nick Castellanos had a 38% chase rate. So we're looking at a slightly more conserved, higher on-base percentage hitter. Very excited for Max Kepler and what he's going to bring to the team on top of Gold Glove level outfield. He's played right field his entire career, so left field is going to be new for him. But super, super excited for what he's going to bring to the table. Yeah. Just a consistent bat at the bottom of the lineup. Him and Brandon Marsh, I think, should go hand in hand in a sense. Not that they're going to be platooning with one another, depending on what we do at center field, but just that they're going to be next to each other in the lineup a lot as it goes righty-lefty. Yeah. Or I guess not next to each other because Kepler's a lefty as well. But
I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's who I associate his success with. And now I'm so excited for this guy. Yeah. This is the Lizard Man himself, Jesus Luzardo, 27 years old, 7th official season. He had multiple seasons cut short due to injuries in the past, shoulder issues. I believe he had an elbow issue. I don't believe he's ever had Tommy John surgery. I will fact check that before we throw that one out there. Yeah. Very high velocity. He has an insane wipeout slider. It is crazy. He gets lefties swinging at that so often. I love it so much. He's got a changeup and a sinker. He technically has a curveball. He throws it less than 0.1% of the time, though. I know you're a big curveball guy, though.
I love curveballs. I'll swing at them.
This is the one guy that we traded for. The other two we signed as free agents. We moved 2 prospects, but the big name that got traded there was Starlin Caba. He's a shortstop prospect that we had in the system. So baseball grades operate on like a maximum of 80. He was a 80 grade defensive shortstop. He is unbelievable defender. Mm-hmm. Super excited for him, and I hope he has a great career in Miami or wherever he goes from there. But he was kind of blocked by the Phillies, not number 1 prospect because Andrew Painter exists, but their de facto number 1 prospect because Painter's coming up this year, Aiden Miller, who plays shortstop just like Caba does. And then I also added Stott in there as a potential block for him. Stott needs to have a real year this year. I mean, he needs to be a top-level player. Not top-level player. He needs to be a MLB-level player. Hopefully the injury stuff is all in the past, and we're going to be all good. Matthew, I'd love to hear who you're most excited for here out of this group of 3.
Honestly, probably Kepler.
Okay.
I am really excited for new pitchers, obviously. I'm just a big fan of just, like, the pitching staff as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just being able to see someone on the field, not every day, but, like, most days.
He's going to be an everyday guy.
Yeah.
He's not platooning in left field. It doesn't seem. It seems like they're pretty committed to him being every day out there.
Yeah. I think that'll be cool just to kind of like I was saying, just really take on the culture of the Phillies and hopefully get along with everyone and like have a good time, unlike that dumb bitch. Austin Hayes.
Fuck you, Austin Hayes.
We hate you.
We hate you, Austin Hayes. Why don't you never mind.
Why don't you not come on our podcast? Austin Hayes.
And then some notable losses. We're gonna lead off with Austin Hayes here. He signed with the Reds, which I like the Reds this year actually, but not because you're on there, Austin Hayes. Spencer Turnbull has no contract anywhere in the MLB right now.
I mean, yeah, he was unreal. He was unreal.
He was so good last year. I mean, the injury, very serious, clearly. He's never been able to stay healthy, and we don't have a spot in the rotation for him whatsoever. Yeah. We have too many pitchers actively right now. We have too many pitchers. But I think it is pretty crazy that Spencer Turnbull does not have a contract somewhere in the MLB.
And I mean, seeing his performance compared to Walker's performance is night and day.
Night and day.
Yeah, it was such a breath of fresh air having him pitch.
It was awesome. We you were there at that game as well, right? When he oh no, you were at the Wheeler game right after. I had gone to 2 games in a row, and you had gone to one of them with us. Not with us, but you were with Nicole. I mean, with across the stadium. And Turnbull went like 7 hitless. Were you there for that?
I think so.
Okay, because that was electric. I think it was against the White Sox, so obviously
it was a tough game.
He was really trying his best out there. No, me and Ashley had gone to 2 games against the White Sox in a row actually at Citizens Bank Park, and it was Zack Wheeler then Spencer Turnbull, or it might have been Turnbull then Zack Wheeler, but both of them took no hitters into the 6th inning or later, and Zack went into the 8th with a no hitter or something like that. That was when we were cooking to start the season last year, man. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, someone signed Spencer Turnbull already. He deserves a.
Yeah, he was killer.
He was killer. I mean, if he can stay healthy, which is the big problem, I understand that. He had some real stuff there. Real stuff. Then I got Carlos Estevez. I was pretty happy we did not bring him back. I think he's a good pitcher. He got 2 years, $22 million from Kansas City, though, and that's just that's a lot of money for a team, for our team specifically. We're right on that threshold for the next luxury cap, which is like we'd be getting taxed like 75% on every dollar, which we're already getting taxed 50% on every dollar.
Yeah.
And then the biggest loss, I mean, moment of silence.
Jeff Hoffman.
Jeff Hoffman. signs.
I love that guy.
I love that guy, man. I mean,
Unreal season.
not just unreal story.
I mean, unreal story. But
I mean, he gets brought into the Phillies organization to throw live batting practice for Bryce Harper as he's out of the league entirely. We bring him in to do that, and Bryce Harper's like, this guy's kind of nasty. We should sign him. And then he just turns into the best reliever on our team for 2 seasons.
crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. 3 years, $30 million for a reliever is a lot of money. It's a lot of money in a long time. He failed 2 physicals. He was supposed to sign with the Braves and the Orioles, but he failed both physicals and didn't end up signing. So a bit of a telltale sign there, in my opinion. We just weren't ready to give him 30.
And I think it makes sense why they didn't bring him back, because obviously after seeing the 2 physicals, that's a tough one to justify, but also it's like, I love the guy, and it's like, it would have been amazing to have him back, but also it's like, I don't fault the Phillies for not bringing him back. Like, it makes sense from their standpoint.
Yeah, it's one of those just tough to swallow but understandable moves.
Yeah.
It's man, I'm gonna miss that guy. I'm gonna hate when we're in Toronto for a series, and he inevitably comes out and strikes out the side. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm at peace with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Jeff. I mean, the playoff memories were amazing. We have a bit of a bit here.
Jeff Hoffman fucks.
Jeff Hoffman fucks. When that guy walks on the field, you look at your buddy next to you, you say, that guy fucks.
Jeff Hoffman fucks.
That, yeah.
You know who's coming out?
Jeff Hoffman.
Jeff Hoffman.
Yeah. It was a steady hand for a long time, because I mean, I'll try not to point out that you're new all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as a longtime Phillies fan, the bullpen has been something that has maligned us for years. We have been in shambles. We've had good teams in the past that have just gotten destroyed by terrible bullpen play. And Jeff Hoffman was a steady force. Him and Jose, who I'm unbelievably excited for this year.
Yeah.
But him and Jose really I mean, that 23 playoff run, I mean, yes, it sucks that we got bumped by the Diamondbacks, but Sir Anthony, Jeff Hoffman, and Jose Alvarado, man, I mean, they did everything they could.
Sure.
They rock. And also, Rob shouldn't have put you out there against the Mets for the second inning, man.
No.
I don't know what that was about. That seemed like setting you up to fail. Love you,
sucks.
Jeff. Best of luck in Toronto.
Yeah.
If they suck so bad, ask to get traded back to us, please. I love you and I miss you. You had some stuff to bring to the table for this episode as well. I apologize for taking so much time there.
Oh no, you're good. All right. So my first question to you is.
Oh, you got questions?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's see. I can kind of read it. All right. Kind of along. At what speed?
Yes.
You're hit. Okay. It's top of the 9th. You're hitting against Zack Wheeler.
He's gone.
He's gone this whole time.
No hits or a perfect game?
No hits.
No hits. Okay. He's walked a couple though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, he's losing pace.
He's losing pace.
He's getting a little tired.
Okay.
But he's got to get this no hitter.
Yeah.
At what speed can you hit
A Zack Wheeler fastball?
Zack Wheeler fastball.
Yeah, if Zack Wheeler's max speed is 65 miles per hour, I might stand a chance at that at bat. Is he able to throw other pitches or just fastballs?
At this point, his arm's hurting. He's just throwing fastballs. Think about it.
Yeah, I given the situation, I don't think there's any situation I get a hit.
Okay.
If it does not matter what he throws me, I'm being so serious. If I am teleported from right now into the top of the 9th at Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah, like right now, today.
No chance. Are you kidding me? I'd lose my mind.
I could probably hit 45 miles per hour.
45?
Yeah.
Maybe 45.
I'm thinking. A meatball down the center, as long as he's not dotting me up. Like, if it's a meatball down the center, I might be able to hit 45.
Out of the park.
Second situation.
Okay.
Top of the ninth. Your team is destroying the Phillies.
Okay.
They bring out Stubbs.
Pitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you hitting off him?
Yeah.
He can throw whatever he wants.
Oh no. God no. Absolutely not. I thought it was the same. I thought it was the same rules.
But you think you'd hit the fastball?
Yeah, if he's throwing it 65 miles per hour, maybe. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
I did not mean to do.
I just figured might as well have two sides of the coin.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be much less intimidated by Garrett Stubbs on the mound.
That's fair.
The foot height difference is a big thing there.
Yeah.
Now, would I be able to hit off Cody Clemens? No chance.
That's fair.
Cody Clemens is nasty up there, like genuinely. I mean, his
Mac Miller.
side by yeah, I was gonna say someone we are editing side by side. Cody Clemens, Mac Miller. My favorite comparison in the league right now. It's that's hilarious. I forgot about Mac Miller. Oh man. Could you hit off Stubbs?
If he was throwing like 45.
If you start like 45.
Just like a nice little meatball.
Neither of us have ever played organized baseball before. I think that's something we should have led the episode off with.
I played T-ball.
I played T-ball as well.
I used to think that, like, so I played outfield, and I used to think that you had to hit the player to get them out, like kickball. And my coaches were so confused why I was throwing it not at any of my teammates, but like just way off and most of the time at the person running. And yeah, that was I only played 1 year of T-ball.
Well, you tried your best.
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
Or do you just like hear the story? I don't remember playing T-ball at all. I just like hear stories. Like,
No.
I know there's pictures of me in an orange uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Standing there with a
That's
bat.
sick.
I look sick as hell.
That's pretty sick.
I couldn't find that picture anymore though.
I do remember one time, I think in T-ball, do they have somebody standing in like on the
pitcher's mound?
on the mound?
Yeah.
I remember one time I slammed a ball into one of them.
Nice.
And they like turned around. It might have been my mom. But I slammed the ball, and yeah, I felt really bad.
Well, you should. I mean,
Home run.
you were a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So after that, I stopped.
That's fair. That's fair. I always wanted to play baseball. It's just never something that lined up, and it just like it was intimidating to me to start at an older age, I guess. Because I loved baseball all growing up and stuff like that, but I kind of fell in love with it again around 2015, and yeah, I really wanted to play baseball, and I never pushed anyone to get me into it or anything like that. I regret that a little bit, but also
The pitchers were too sweaty for me in T-ball, so I just couldn't hit anything.
the T-ball pitchers,
Yeah.
the coaches that would lob one to you every once in a while.
Yeah, it was
Well, they were throwing curveballs.
like 12 sixes. It was tough.
It was.
I
tough.
couldn't hit it to save my life.
You have another question for me?
Oh, no, that's it. Those are just my fun questions.
You want to ask? You have two things locked. Oh, is the second part Garrett
Yeah, that
Stubbs?
was Garrett Stubbs. He was the second one.
Okay.
My bad.
No, it's okay. I just see two things blacked out there. And
For
again,
context.
totally blacked out. Like, there's no way he can even read this.
Yeah, no, I had to highlight it to read it. I didn't want him to see my questions. I wanted it to be live on air.
We can. I mean, if you have questions, you don't have to put them in the doc. Then you can just say like.
Yeah, but I didn't remember them until I saw them.
Yeah, you could put them in a separate.
That's true.
Like
I'll put them on index cards next time.
That's a great idea. We should
And
get.
then I'll be like, here.
Do you want to get laminated
That'd be sick.
like and dry erase markers?
That'd be tough.
With like the one on the Goob logo on the back.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, right. And we're like,
That'd be sick.
we'll do like
Welcome
trivia
back to- and then-
episodes.
yeah, I like that.
Okay. What do y'all think about the logo? We spent a long time on that. Matthew really went in on this. We got the Goob on this end. You want to show them the 101 real quick? 101 the Goob. It's kind of sick. We're really excited.
Got like blue and red, royal blue, like Phillies type of.
and then the green for the
And then the
fanatic,
green
like your
for
hat.
Fnatic. Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, we're very excited. We got really into the pre-production stuff of this show before the actual production part. But I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with it. But I guess I would like to know, what would you consider a success for this season? What are you looking for, or maybe just some bold predictions on what you've got for the season?
Yeah. I mean, 90 wins.
90 wins. I like 90 wins.
I feel like 90 wins is good. Obviously, into the postseason. With 90 wins, you should be getting into the postseason.
We should be in the postseason.
Yeah.
I guess I'll push you on that a little bit. 90 wins. Do you care if we win the division or not? Does that matter to you at all?
Honestly, not really.
We did it last year.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
We did it last year, and I'm happy with that. But also, it's like I feel like I want to see us not just get into the postseason, but get deep into the postseason.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I want to see some competition. And honestly, even if we lose, I want to be okay with losing.
Like I wouldn't feel bad.
I want the effort there.
If
Obviously they put in the effort. I'm just some guy talking about baseball, but you know what I mean.
we understand the hypocrisy of us sitting here.
Yeah, I couldn't hit a meatball.
We do understand that hypocrisy, and we will try our best to remain as objective as possible in that sense. But also, we're fans. I'm a very emotional fan. I will come on here and say some unnecessary shit sometimes. I can guarantee you that. But
I think you're all doing great.
I think you're doing a great job. You made it this far. You made it this far. You should type out the entire chorus of your favorite song in the comments.
Boom.
The entire chorus. You can copy and paste. I won't judge.
APA format. Another thing that I want to see is...
Wait, real quick.
Yes.
I see that these are not... the rest is not necessarily about playoffs. I want to talk a little bit about my playoff expectation.
Yeah, sure.
I kind of want to see the Dodgers. I kind of want to see Phillies Dodgers. Not because, I think we can beat them.
That'd be an unreal game.
I don't know if anyone can beat them, but I think that we are well-equipped. I think that if Matt Strahm is healthy, I'm not going to say we have the Shohei killer.
But
I'm not going to say we have the Shohei killer. But look up Shohei Ohtani's career numbers against Matt Strahm. That's all I've got to say about that, to be completely honest. I just think that I will feel very good about this season if we go into the playoffs feeling good, and we either win the last game of the season or we go down with a real fight. Mm-hmm. I want to see Zack Wheeler get his flowers a little bit, but I'd hate to see another Zack Wheeler gem where we lose. That type of stuff just can't happen. I mean, how many more 8-inning outings does Zack Wheeler need to have? Mm-hmm. I won't get too into it.
That's true.
But please continue with some of your.
Just for the season, I want to see Ranger on his first half of last season performance.
Okay.
The whole season. I want him just going ham.
That's something that I've talked about for a long time. So I have a lot of love for Ranger Suarez.
My favorite player on the Phillies.
That's a great take.
I love Ranger.
That's a great take.
I have a Ranger jersey. Love that guy.
Yeah, I mean Ranger just is awesome to have on your team. He's the type of guy that other fan bases don't understand the love. I don't think they understand that he's good. Mm-hmm. They understand that he is a playoff performer and whatnot. I mean that aspect of Ranger Suarez cannot go undersold. I mean he shows up in the playoffs out of the bullpen, starting with no pulse and just mows batters down. I mean he went out there on half a leg last year and he let up a lot of base runners. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't let him score. No. I mean he was outstanding
and
last year.
There were I think two times or three times that bases were loaded.
He loaded the bases twice against the Mets,
which sucks. But also, he didn't let them score.
He didn't let them score.
You got to give him that. He kept his cool.
Exactly.
That's a pretty big deal.
He pitches the same whether there are bases loaded and they're up by 1 run, or if it's 0-0 in the first. Yeah. It does not matter to him what is going on around him.
There's got to be some crazy mindfulness techniques that he uses because he keeps his cool no matter what.
It's unbelievable. I've never seen him worried. I've seen him angry one time, and it was when an ump would not give him calls.
Yeah, which is fair.
But I've never seen him like that before. He was livid. That's a hilarious game. The Phillies lost that one. I want to say it was against the Mariners, but he was so pissed, and I've never seen Ranger emotion like that. And yeah, I'm so with you on this. I'd love to see Ranger first half for the full season. Health is just the big thing with him.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I kind of called my shot. I think it was back in like 2019 or something like that. Ranger was reliever, and I was at a game with my dad, and I was like, Ranger could be a starter. Ranger could totally be a starter, and he's like, nah. And I'm like, no, he's got the velocity. He can clearly do it again. And I mean, talk about fielding your position. I mean, the greatest defensive pitcher I've ever seen in my lifetime.
I just love watching him do it.
It's unreal.
Because he keeps us cool the whole time.
He keeps us
doesn't
cool
matter.
the entire time. And I mean, he just does what every little league coach wants you to do, like what every little league pitching coach wants you to do. Where it's you don't necessarily need to get everything into that pitch, just be ready to field. And that's what he does. It's awesome. He throws at probably 80% of his max velocity, and not actually 80%, but effort wise. And it's just so awesome. It's so cool. But yeah, continue. I'm so sorry.
No worries. Kind of like I was saying earlier, I just want to see some of these guys really just get into the team and really have fun.
Yeah.
And just like have fun with one another. Like I'm excited for all of them. Just seeing them really take on their positions, but then also just bond with the team and seeing some of that stuff. Like, to me, that's a success.
I think what's really awesome about this year of free agents rather than the past couple years of free agents is that we are having everyday people being added to the lineup. Like you said.
Yeah.
We've had additions in past postseasons of different players, some of them just coming up from our minor league system, some of them not. But yeah, this is the first time in the past few years that we've seen a real 100% change to our everyday lineup. And on top of that, Jesus Luzardo is going to be so freaking good, man. He's going to be so good.
Lizard Man's such a good nickname.
Lizard Man is the best nickname that I've heard in a long time. If he pans out with the Phillies, re-signs with the Phillies, you will see me with a Lizard Man jersey. There's zero chance that's not happening.
That's so fair.
I can already picture a pinstripe Lizard Man across the back.
That'd be tough.
I mean, come on. But just we're getting not just everyday players. We're getting high leverage players that we're adding to. We're adding a starting pitcher, we're adding a left fielder, and we're adding a closer. Whether he's actually our closer, we haven't talked about Orion Kerkering at all yet.
Love that guy.
Love Orion Kerkering. That makes the departure of Jeff Hoffman a little bit easier, hoping that Kerkering can really take that step.
And he's young.
So young. Yeah. And just with I'm sorry, who was it? Romano.
Yeah.
I would love to see Romano come in and make a big save. Imagine
awesome.
the team embracing him with that. And there's just so much room for some really amazing moments this season with these new guys being added. I totally agree.
For sure. Also, just like some of the younger guys who have been on for a while, like my mind goes to Marsh, Rojas, Stott, Bohm. Like, I just want to see these guys just really just give it their all, and like, because like there have been some hitting difficulties this past season, and like imagine if, I mean, they all play amazing, but imagine if it was just like across the board. I mean, obviously it's how many games in a season?
162.
Like, you can't play at your top every game, and that's totally reasonable. And again, just a guy sitting in a chair talking about baseball who's never played baseball in his life. But it's like, I just think it would be so cool if they just pop off. And
Absolutely.
Just like imagine if Marsh just started hitting like
against lefties.
Yeah.
I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he has so much pop in his bat too. If Brandon Marsh was an everyday guy who could put up reasonable at bats against lefties, I mean, we're looking at a 30-homer season. I mean, I don't think I'm being dramatic there with that. Where he's put up some pretty slugging heavy seasons, well, on top of having plus speed. He is an outstanding corner outfielder. He's an average center fielder, probably a bit below average center fielder, but he's a wonderful piece. And imagine if we go into next offseason, or I guess not next offseason, I believe it's the following offseason. I apologize. And we don't have to re-sign. We don't have to sign somebody to fill the Nick Castellanos hole.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're going to bring Nick Castellanos back after his contract. No disrespect to Nick Castellanos. Love what he's done. Just doesn't quite fit with what we're trying to do, I don't think. It's just, it'd be awesome if we could just, okay, Brandon Marsh, you're playing right field now. You're our everyday right fielder. You can finally bat against lefties. And a part of the truth, there's part truth to that. He needs to have at bats against lefties, but we see it sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, as a competitive individual, I don't want Brandon Marsh out there against a lefty.
Yep.
If I can avoid it, and given the right situations, we can throw different righties in there that maybe see lefties a little bit better.
For sure.
And to touch on your Stott thing, I mean, we need Stott.
100%.
That we fell off last year at the exact same time where Stott pinched a nerve in his elbow.
Yeah.
And he had to try and put more power into his swing by lifting it, and that's just not who Bryson Stott is.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna hit some home runs. It's absolutely what he's gonna do. But they're gonna be line drives and they're gonna be straight out. And it's not these high towering shots we were seeing last season. He said it was a lot of just overcompensating for what he felt like was weakness in his elbow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm so excited for Bryson Stott. What we've seen from him in the past is not what we saw last year.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm ready for a Bryson Stott breakout. And then Alec Bohm. I mean, I'm totally just taking your reins here, and I apologize.
No, you're perfectly fine.
But Alec Bohm had a really significant injury last year,
mm-hmm.
and he had a terrible second half. Don't get me wrong. He had 3 RBIs in an entire month, 1 month,
mm-hmm.
after being at like 95. He almost broke 100. He ended at 97. RBIs don't matter. I understand that, but it's a cool line to break for someone who's never broken it before.
Yeah.
And he was so clutch. He led the MLB in doubles to start the season for so long. I don't think he ended at the top there.
Mm-hmm.
But he broke his hamate bone, which is a very serious injury, and it doesn't hurt when doing anything besides swinging a baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're coming back from an injury mid-season, like, you don't have that time off to like really heal from it.
Yeah.
When you think you're good and you feel good, but you're swinging scared is what was happening.
Which makes sense. I mean, if you broke a bone in your hand,
exactly,
like, you're not going to be swinging well.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping he comes back healthy.
Yeah.
Stott comes back healthy.
Yeah.
Marsh could see lefties maybe.
Yeah. But like, I'm just like, imagine if those 4 had the best season of their life this next season.
Yeah.
It'd be an unreal team.
It would be not far off on the development line either, because we're talking about, this is Alec Bohm's year. He's 28 now, I believe. Stott and Marsh, I believe, will both be 27 this season. And I'm out on Rojas personally. I'm done with the experiment. It was cool, unless something drastically changes. But yeah, I mean, he's super young. I think he's gonna be turning 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was he'll be turning 24. He's a 2001 baby.
I personally really like Rojas.
I understand
I just think he's a really good guy. I think he's got good chemistry with the other guys, and I think it'd be really cool just to see him just break out and do his thing.
That'd be awesome. I mean, that would go hand in hand with less Marsh time, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But
especially
also,
with the addition of Kepler.
Yeah, exactly. But also, if Rojas is mashed against lefties and Marsh is mashed against righties, then
that's kind of perfect.
It's kind of the ideal situation, and you kind of put yourself in a good situation to move Rojas at the deadline if you need to.
Yeah.
If Marsh is seeing both sides of the dish well, and you can move Rojas, I don't see why you don't. If you can add a plus player elsewhere, maybe in the bullpen, Strom's got that shoulder thing going on right now. I don't know if you saw anything about that. And with Strom going down, we have Jose Alvarado and Tanner Banks as our lefties. Tanner Banks is your second lefty is not ideal. No offense to Tanner Banks. I don't want him taking high leverage innings at the moment. Maybe something develops, he adds a pitch, something like that. Jose Alvarado, you can have every inning ever. There's a old bit between me and Ashley that whenever he strikes out a batter, he's going to do a backflip.
Yeah,
because he's with that much intensity all the time. He dropped a lot of weight. He is thin.
Oh, really?
Have you seen this yet? He is buff and thin.
Heck yeah.
And he might do a backflip.
That's sick. That's sick.
Might do a backflip. He was hitting 102 with his splitter the other day.
That'd be tough.
Sinker, not splitter. I apologize. Sinker.
Could you imagine? No. Strike someone out.
I can't.
Backflip right away.
Immediately, right? But yeah, so excited for those guys. So excited for baseball. Go Phillies.
Kyle Schwarber 50-50 club.
Not gonna happen.
That'd be so sick. Could you imagine the season after Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Schwarber comes out, first 50 days of the season, he hits a homer every day. All he's got to do is get 50 steals.
All he's got to do is get 50 steals.
Could you imagine?
No. To be completely honest, no, not at all.
But it would be pretty unreal.
It would be unreal. That is a great term to use to describe what that is. I like that you have it written down. Kyle Schwarber into the 50-50 club written down.
Yeah. Yep.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
It goes
pretty
with everything
straightforward.
else here.
I think he could do it.
Yeah.
I got faith in you, Kyle.
You're putting
got
money
this.
down on it, right?
Yeah.
For the Kyle Schwarber 50-50
Mhm.
season? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. It doesn't pay out too much, though, because he's going to do it.
Yeah, it's a pretty big one.
Okay, I got some of my expectations for this season. Playoff appearance is necessary.
Obviously.
If it doesn't look like it's going to happen, this team needs to be blown up this deadline. It needs to happen immediately. It needs to be Nick Castellanos gone. It needs to be JT Realmuto gone. Whether that means just not re-signing JT, it might just mean not re-signing because I don't think he's going to have much trade value anymore. But some of these guys have got to get kicked to the road here. I mean, obviously some names you don't want to move because we're not going to be doing a whole rebuild. We just will need to move some pieces to change the team identity for the most part. I just think that clearing space for Crawford and Aiden Miller to come up the pipeline in a couple years is super, super important. I know you don't want to get too attached to prospects, but they're the real deal. We haven't had some really, really like well-touted prospects like this since Alec Boehm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exciting. It's super, super exciting. I know the fan base is extremely excited for Aiden Miller. Based some of the dweebs, I say that lovingly as one. Some of the baseball dweebs are very, very excited for Aiden Miller. And I didn't add this in here. Andrew Painter's coming up this year.
Huge.
I've been talking about Andrew Painter for 3 years now.
Yeah.
I love Andrew Painter. He is so good at baseball. He is healthy. He is throwing. We're going to see his first spring training outing soon.
That's going to be sick.
Cannot state how excited I am. We're going to see him in around July, is what we're being told right now.
That's sick.
Yeah, he's going to get the Skeens treatment a little bit.
Okay.
Where
Yeah.
he's going to start in the minors, and then he'll come up and probably throw about 120 innings. This is the number that's been thrown around
That'd
or
be sweet.
speculated.
Yeah.
Zach Wheeler, Chris Sanchez, both in the top 5 for Cy Young this year. Christopher Sanchez is going to be so good.
Yeah. He's another pitcher that I mean, I love all our pitchers, to be honest.
There's kind of a, you don't really talk about Phillies pitching in comparison to like 2011. 2011 was one of the most, like, the term was 5 aces. I mean, we literally had 5 people who might have been at the top of line of any pitching staff. Maybe not Roy Oswalt. I wasn't a huge Roy Oswalt fan. He was very good in his prime, not with the Phillies, really, in my opinion. That might just be me misremembering. I don't think it is, though. I'll double back and check the stats, and I'll put a big old Bailey was wrong thing here, which we'll have plenty. We'll make a cool graphic for Bailey was wrong,
That'd be good.
because I think I'm going to be wrong a lot.
Yeah.
But as long as we call it out, yeah, we'll have a Matthew was right graphic.
Yeah.
Well,
I was right.
When the Kyle Schwarber 50-50 season hops up, there's going to be a picture of Matthew that pops up on the screen.
You did it. Confetti.
We did not put enough emphasis on the Goob of the week. On the Goober of the week, Andres Munoz. I apologize. What should the Goober of the week get? I saw there's one TikToker that offers. He's an NBA TikToker, but he offers them Little Caesars.
Oh,
they can order anything on the Little Caesars app. They just have to let him know, and he'll order it and ship it to him.
That's sick.
And I want to do something like that. I don't know what it is, but Andres
Venmo
Munoz,
you.
if you want a 101 the Goob mug, we'll send it to you. How
Yeah.
about that? And I'll put an extra. Yeah, you know what? We'll give you a 101 the Goob mug, and on the other side it'll say certified Goober.
Oh, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
We'll give that to you.
Yeah, certified Goober. So Andres, if you see this and you want your mug, we'll post this clip to our socials. Reach out, please. Come get your mug. I'll ship it to you. But yeah, Zach Wheeler, Chris Sanchez, Cy Young, top 5 voting. I'd love to see Zach Wheeler top 1 voting. Is what I'd like to see.
That'd be sick.
Chris unfortunately had an ungodly season last season, as did Zach Wheeler. You could have made a case for either, but the votes, I think, rightfully went to Chris Sale, unfortunately. But you already got one, big guy. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. But Chris Sanchez is up to 90, like he's averaging like 98 on his fastball right now, which is 2 miles per hour up from last year, which last year was 3 up from the year before.
Yeah, and pretty soon he's going to be throwing like 110.
He's going to be throwing 110. No, we actually traded for him from Tampa, and when we got him, he was throwing 99, but he couldn't locate.
Oh, okay. So we had to...
So we've dialed it back the past few years, and we're ramping back up, and he has it.
That's sick.
He is in the zone. That changeup is disgusting. We're in. We're so back. It's awesome.
I love it.
Chris Sanchez, I mean, his Cy Young odds since the start of spring have more than halved. He was at plus 6,000. He's at plus 2,500 now.
That's kind of unreal.
Like, that is how good his performance has been. He is going to be that good.
Yeah.
Zack Wheeler, be Zack Wheeler. Do it again. That's what I got.
Do your thing.
This is important. I need a Trey Turner season. I need a real Trey Turner season. We have not had one. It looked like we were going to get one last season. Went down with the groin injury. Didn't pan out. He's leading off the season as of the start of the season. That's something we'll do maybe on our... we're going to get our next episode out on opening day. Maybe we'll bring our ideal lineup. We'll both come with a 1 through 9. What do we want to see this season? I want to see this every day. Blah, 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 blah. I think that's a cool idea.
I like it.
I like it. Trey Turner leading off. I'm hoping that gives him a different approach to the plate. I don't want to see him swinging for the fences. I'm done with it. He's got power. I understand. Not why we signed you, Trey Turner. I'm hoping that we've got Trey 1, Bryce 2. Get on base, Trey Turner, and Bryce Harper send him home because he can steal second. He can, you know what I mean? He can get into scoring position every time he's on base. He's that level of runner on the base paths, and we have not gotten to see that level of production from him yet, and that's a huge, huge disservice to us. And then lastly, I want to see I don't want to see it. I think we're going to see a Bryce Harper MVP level season.
That'd be so sick.
If you look at his numbers in the back half of last year, and he had an outstanding playoff. He was the only player on our team that was really consistently hitting. I mean, he definitely had his moments. Don't get me wrong, everyone on the team did, besides Zack Wheeler. Love you, Zack Wheeler. Yeah, I just think that we are going to see a Bryce Harper MVP level season. Not going to win it.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani's in the league, in the National League. He's pitching this year.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. Love Shohei. Again, it's not like I'm mad at Shohei. I'm not mad that Bryce isn't going to win it because Shohei.
What if Bryce starts pitching? Think about it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking about it.
There we go.
I mean, he already tore his UCL once.
You can break it again.
All right.
I'm not going to say that.
No, I don't
Where's
think...
wood?
Yeah, I don't know. You got to find some, though.
I didn't mean that.
We're going to cut that.
Yeah, cut that.
I don't think we're
No, don't put that in.
We're not even...
Now you can't put that in.
No, I can't.
No. Imagine if Bryce started pitching.
That'd be pretty cool.
Think about it.
I'd rather just see him in the outfield again, I think.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's a good alternative.
Yeah. That's kind of like pitching.
It's kind of like pitching when you catch him
and throw it.
And then throw it
like a pitcher. Vince Velasquez one time, he was a old pitcher for the Phillies. It was a super late in an extra innings game. They put him out in left field because they were out of players to put in left field.
Yeah. And
he gunned someone out at home plate. He catches it off the ground and just lasers home. And it's just like, why'd you run on a pitcher, I guess? Like, you don't know if they're going to be able to translate that.
Yeah.
But it was an absolute laser, and it was pretty awesome. But that's all I've got for this episode. Do you have anything else?
Don't think so.
Okay. You seem cold. I don't want to...
I'm a little cold. I'm not going to lie. Sorry if it seems like I'm cold, but I'm cold.
It just hit me right now that you're probably cold, so I apologize.
The sun has gone down, as you could probably see, and I'm wearing not much.
What is... I've got one last thing for you. What's the name of our home ballpark?
Ooh.
Or should we leave that up for now?
We might leave it up for now.
Okay.
We need some time to think about it.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like...
We need a sponsor.
Hilarious, wouldn't it?
That'd be sick.
It would be really sick. Maybe they can name the ballpark. We'll get a little sign to put on.
That'd be so sick. Thank you to our sponsors. Yeah, we got to think on that.
We got to get Citizens Bank.
Put it in the comments.
At your favorite bank.
At your favorite bank, and we'll put it on a banner.
We'll put it on a banner. We'll put all the banks on a banner.
We'll put all the banks on. We'll put it on the cups. Think about it.
Yeah, we'll put it on our certified Goober mugs.
That'd be sick.
We'll sell out so quick, you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding, we're not gonna sell
I'm
out.
not gonna sell out. But if you want to join our Patreon,
Yeah, we made a Patreon before we even made the podcast. We
Yeah.
figured it was really important to make sure that we could really make money off you guys.
yeah, for the really dedicated viewers.
Yeah, and if you're not a Patreon subscriber,
Then what?
leave it there, I guess.
We don't have a Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon. We're not gonna get one.
No. We don't need